Hey, good morning, Beartooth Bears. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. You got to get outside in the beautiful weather and have some fun outside. And now it's time to come back to school. Welcome back to your community. Welcome back to school. We're so excited to have you. Hey, listen, we're going to take each manner now and break it down and go one by one. So today's manner, the very first manner, and this one I put first for a very important reason. And this manner is when talking to an adult, try to use sir or ma'am. And I'm going to stop right there and just leave it at that for now, because to me, that idea of using sir or ma'am automatically sets you above another student. Even if that student is down, even if that student uses the adult's name, which we do talk about, and that's important when you get to know somebody, using sir and ma'am just takes you another level up above as far as respect, and it's making it sound like and feel like you care about somebody and that you honestly look up to the position that they hold or look up to the authority that they have as an adult, because adults do have authority. Adults are the ones that set the rules. Adults are the ones that get to decide what we're going to do, even for the day here at school, at your house. We're the ones that all the responsibility falls upon. Does some responsibility fall on you? Of course it does, but most of it is on the adults. So we want to make sure we use the words sir or ma'am when we're talking to them. So I'm going to read you a couple of scenarios, and I've got a little book here that I've got a couple of scenarios I'd like to read to you. So pardon me as I look away, but I want to make sure I read these correctly. So here's an example for you. If a parent is getting a child ready in the morning and they say to you as another child that's in the house to help, says, "I need help getting your baby brother ready for daycare. Can you give me a hand?" What would you say? You can pause it here and take a second and talk about it. Here are some possible answers. One student might say, or one child might say, "If I have to." Another kid might say, "Sure, Mom, in a minute." Another one might say, "Of course, Mom, what do you need?" Now listen to those three answers. Now again, they didn't use sir or ma'am, did they? They used mom. But putting in that word mom makes it sound so much more pleasant and so much more respectful, like you care and you're listening and you heard what she said, what she had to say. Now, the second one about where I said, "in a minute," doesn't sound bad. But when she says, "Can you give me a hand?" and you respond back with, "Of course, Mom, what do you need?" Or "Sure, Mom, what do you need?" Or "Yes, ma'am, what do you need?" Those are very different responses than "if I have to," or "in a minute," or "give me just a second." Do you see how that sounds different? And I'm not trying to put a whole lot of inflection on it. I can make them sound much worse. "If I have to," or "in a second." See how I changed the tone? And the tone carries the message. So your tone is very important too. Let me go one more. Let's say you're older and you're going to apply for a job, and you're going to a store that sells music. They used to have those stores. Now it's just all online. But you're going to a store that maybe sells even tennis shoes and some cool athletic gear, let's say, things like that you might go to in the mall. And it says, and they finish the interview, they're all done, and they say, "Could you tell me why you like to work at this store?" And how could the kid respond? This is an individual, and the man who operates the store, manages the store, whatever the case. They got done with an interview, and he says, "Can you tell me why you'd like to work at this store?" Possible answers. "Well, sir, I think your store is really great, and I know a lot about," fill in the blank, "about shoes. I know a lot about athletics. I know a lot about music." Maybe it's a music store. Another child might say, "Well, it'd be really cool. A lot of my friends shop here." And the final one might say, "This place is the best. You guys have the best equipment," or "You guys sell the best shoes," or "You guys have the best musical instruments here," or "You guys have the best service." Those are all good answers. But the first one where he says, "Well, sir, I think your store is really great, and I know a lot about athletics. I know a lot about shoes. I know a lot about music." Or even put in some of the other ones. "Well, sir, I think your store is really great. A lot of my friends shop here. This is the best place. You guys have the best equipment." That sir part in there just makes it sound so much more respectful. So I really want you to try to focus on using sir or ma'am, all right? Now, if you were talking to the mom in that first example, you could say, "Yes, ma'am, how can I help?" Or "Yes, ma'am, what can I do?" Right? Rather than saying mom necessarily. I don't know if many of you have noticed, but even at the doors now, I'm saying young sir and young ma'am. It's not a man. So somebody actually asked me that the other day. They're like, "Did you call me a man?" No, I'm saying ma'am. It's hard to hear under those masks, right? When you put your mask on and it muffles it, it's hard to hear ma'am. But I'm saying young ma'am or young sir. because you are all young ma'ams and young sirs as well. So work on that this week. And as we continue on through the school year, to use sir and ma'am, it just puts you a little bit above anybody else just by using sir or ma'am. Yes, their name is powerful, and that's a good thing to use too. But sir and ma'am is just one more level of respect. And we love to see that here at Beartooth. You guys have a great Monday. We'll talk to you soon.